Good afternoon, everybody. This is Fausto from Cyber Trading University. How's everyone doing this wonderful afternoon on the 8th of October on a Wednesday? Good to see you, Paul. Thank you very much. Justin, thank you. Good to see you. Karen? Scott says, swell. Good to see you. Doug, nice to see you, buddy. Good, good, good. Looks like everyone's here. Well, welcome, everybody. My name is Fausto Puglisi, president and founder of Cyber Trading University. I'd like to thank all of you for making the opportunity to be here to talk a little bit about trading, what it's about, teaching you the introductory of why we all want to go out there and trade this market. Go out there and start doing it, taking a career in it, and just getting rid of firing our stockbrokers, our mutual funds, just start taking matters in our own hands. Or maybe, or just maybe, you're out of a job or don't want to deal with a boss anymore and just say, hey, you know what? You could sit home and do it from your pajamas. So how do you do it and be successful at it? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. Now, I know a lot of you probably have a lot of questions you want to ask and so on, and we're going to get to some of those questions, and I encourage those questions because a lot of people look at the word we're talking about today is day trading. They think day trading is a bad word. Back in 2000, people says, "Oh, if you're a day trader, you're a bad person. You're bound to lose money." And you know what? The only reason why people were losing money back then is because they were not day trading. They were swing trading, which means they were holding positions overnight. They were going out there, and they didn't want to take losses. And most importantly, they were doing this on an online broker, just totally doing it the wrong way. So this is my ultimate goal, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm going to try to teach you going into today. My goal is to introduce you to the trading community. I'm here to introduce you to know why every one of you here should at least minimum try it before you go on to your next job or give your money to someone else to do it. Because remember, nobody's going to care about your money more than you. And that is the fact. So let's change the slide here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move on. First of all, just want to kind of tell you a couple of things we're going to be learning. We're going to talk about what high-frequency trades are. We're going to talk about level 3. We're going to talk about charts, stocks that we've traded, and so much more, even going into our trading room and talking and seeing some of the trades that we've done for the day. Now, what you're seeing right here, ladies and gentlemen, that's a photo of me in the back right here. I actually rang the closing bell about 3 weeks ago with right behind you could see Steve Forbes being there, and what a great experience. But the most important thing is Steve Forbes wrote an article a while ago about a bunch of kids tormenting Wall Street. This was an article about day trading and having people take matters in their own hands. Now, I've been teaching people since 1995. That's how long it's been I've been teaching people, and I love it. I mean, I have a passion to do it. There's not a day I don't wake up in the morning and look forward to go to work. Actually, I get upset on holidays when the stock market's closed because it's a day that I cannot make money. Now, it's a great time to spend time with family, but you're going to realize that every day is a great opportunity, and you're always going to look forward every morning that comes up because it's so funny. It's almost like Groundhog's Day. Everything you're going to be seeing that's moving in the market, there's another one out there that you can do the same exact thing. And the only thing that you're going to wish when you're done is you're going to wish you didn't do this when you first took on your first job. Now, over the years, ladies and gentlemen, I became a 12-time champion. I beat every single school that I competed against from China, Paris, Canada, U.S., I traveled all over the world. You name it. You probably took a school, one of them. I beat them. Why? Because I am a true professional day trader. I was a market maker. I trade on the NASDAQ. I live here in New York, which is the financial capital of the world. So the thing is this. I want you guys just to understand the experience and exactly who you're talking to and listening to, because the only way you're going to want to learn is you need to learn from a true professional, and that's what I want you to understand about what we're trying to accomplish. Now, I also came out with my book. Actually, it's the first book about day trading that hasn't been out over in 20 years. The last one was the So's Bandits, which is what I was, what they called us. So I'm going to tell you about a great promotion to offer all of you. Wiley Publishing bought the book, and it just came out in August. So I'm going to give you guys a little quick promotion at the end of the presentation how to get your hands on one of those books. Now, first of all, let's get right into it. Now that you know a little bit about me, I want to know a little bit about you guys, okay? So could everyone just tell me, what kind of trader are you? Are you a stock trader, day trader, an options trader, a forex trader, a swing trader? Just want to get to know a little bit about everyone here. Everybody just give me a chat back and let me know. Okay, wow, a lot of you are day trading. Denise, options, Kieran, forex, okay. Carrie's just new to trading. Okay, well, welcome from all of us here. Welcome to the trading community. Justin, you're just learning how to day trade. Nothing definite. Day trading, forex from GA, swing trading from Jerry. Yavis wants to become a day trader, just stock market. Wow, a lot of good. It's exactly what I want to see. All right, so let me explain the difference of markets, okay? Because I see that a lot of you here are options traders, swing traders, stock traders, day traders, and forex traders. Now, I trade all the markets, okay? I could trade anything, okay? If you send me to Alaska, I could trade snowflakes, okay? I could, the thing is this. All the markets trade about 70% alike. You got supply, you got demand, okay? You got buyers, you got sellers, okay? It's only 30% different. It's a different market, but they all have charts. They all have, electronic capability. They all deal with a traditional stockbroker. So I'm glad a lot of you here are dealing with all the markets. So a lot of what you're going to be hearing when you're talking about it, you can apply to the different markets, okay? So that's a good thing. But let me tell you why 70% of the people fail, if not more, in trading. First of all, trading does have a very high failure rate, all right? Now, this is not too hard to convince everybody, okay? Because maybe some of you are failing right now, but let's think about this. How successful... First of all, ask yourself a question. How hard is it to drive a car, right? Is it hard to drive a car? Well, how successful will a teenager be who never took his road test, never took his permit, never learned how to drive? Just out of curiosity, just out of coincidental, motor vehicles gave everybody a driver's license. You as a parent, would you trust your child to drive a car that had never gone through that education? Well, the same exact thing when it comes to trading. Would any of you give your money to a financial analyst, a stockbroker who never learned about finance? Well, what do you think you're doing? And that's why 70% of the people fail. You need to take the time to learn, first of all, if trading's for you. Because I just want to be honest right off the bat. Trading is not for everybody, okay? Just like going to college. People spend a lot of money to go to college. And they thought they wanted to go to college for one thing. Some of you are guilty of it, right? How many of you actually went to college for something you were thinking to be, a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer? Next thing you know, you're doing something totally different. You're an entrepreneur. You're running a major corporation that has nothing to do. But you did learn a lot from going to school. So the thing is, but how successful do you think most people would be if they knew nothing about that market? They'll fail. You have to understand something. Mike says, crash in the first time I drove, Mike. And I bet you learned a very valuable lesson on that one, Mike, right? Well, the thing is this. Trading is a job. This is not investing, okay? You have to treat trading like a business. Does everybody here know what the definition of business is? This is funny because I took business and half the class got this question wrong. Does everybody know what the definition of business? If you don't know, just give me a question mark. No one's going to pick on you. Taking risk? No. Dwayne has a question mark. Okay, good. Mike has a question mark. All right. Doug, it's 2 words, and Doug hit the nail right in the head. Making money. Okay? That is the definition of business. If anyone asks you what the definition of business, and people say, oh, it's only business. Nothing personal, it's only business because you're doing it to make money. Okay? Unfortunately, catastrophes make for opportunities, and that opportunity is business to make money. Now, to make money, you have to understand, in business, you have to make an investment. There's no free lunches. The only thing that's free is the cheese in the mousetrap. Understand that. Now, when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, you need to know how to play the game. You need to know that there are brokerage firms buying and selling stocks. You need to know that there are 70% of the volume, which we're going to talk about, is controlled by high-frequency trades. You have to understand that if you're an options trader, there are different ways of trading options versus Forex. And if you're trading stocks, there are different ways of trading stocks, and there's preferably stocks that you want to trade today that you would not trade next week or tomorrow ever. You might never trade it. But it is the greatest job in the world because being a trader, you are your own boss. You can come and go whenever you please. But to be successful at something, you need it's got to be fun. You got to be excited about it, but you need a mentor to train you how to do it. So let's talk about a couple of the rules, okay? Number one, the biggest number one rule is you do not open a brokerage account, okay? And people are like, brokerage firms that get so upset with me, they say, Fausto, why would you tell my clients not to open up an account? I'll tell you why. Because you don't buy the car if you don't know how to drive first. Because some of you are going to open up an account with a brokerage firm, which is probably the wrong account for you anyway, when you look at it. A lot of these brokerage firms are the wrong brokerage account. These are not the brokerage. Some brokerage firms are better than others. Everybody here is a case-by-case basis. And let me tell you one of the biggest mistakes people do. They'll open up a brokerage account with an online broker. Now, who here has a brokerage account? Anyone here? Just tell me just out of curiosity. Nobody can see anybody's chat. But what brokers does some of you have? A lot of you have? Okay. What brokerage firm you're trading with? Okay, Fidelity, Thinkorswim, E-Trade, Interactive Brokers, Schwab, HSBC, Trade Monster, Hot Forex, okay, Fidelity, E-Trade. Okay, so we actually do a lot of education for half the companies some of you listed there, okay? And we do a lot of mechanics courses also. But the thing is, some of you here have an account for the wrong reasons. Because you have to understand, let me explain to you how, and remember, this is Trading 101. Let me explain to you how brokerage firms make money, okay? Does anybody here know what payment for order flow means? Does anybody know what payment for order flow means? Payment for order flow. Just give me a question mark, yes or no. It's about 80% of the profit that brokerage firms make. It's not the $5 ticket charge that you think you're getting charged. Payment for order flow. James, you're almost right. You're right there, James. Alan, there you go. Alan's saying getting a rebate for adding liquidity. James is saying kickbacks. Exactly. Okay. So, Mike, I know you got a question mark, Dwayne and David. I mean, think about this for a second. And there's a bunch of you more. Do you want to deal with a brokerage firm that is trading against you? I mean, do you really think that they're buying you stock? All you're doing is buying their inventory, or all you're doing is you're sending them an order and they're selling it to another brokerage firm and getting paid for it. They don't care about getting you executed. All they care about is that you want to buy something which rings dollar signs in their eyes, and all that tells them is that, oh, wow, look at that. Jerry wants to buy a stock. He wants to buy Cisco. Great. Well, guess what? I'm going to buy it cheaper, and then I'm going to sell to him for a profit because Jerry's not going to have any clue what the real market is. And not only that, I'm going to sell it to Bob from Knight Securities because he's going to pay me something through payment for order flow. Now here you are, guys, thinking for a second that you're just because you have a brokerage account that, you know, here they are executing stock. Have any of you guys ever heard of dark pools? Anybody know what a dark pool is? Dwayne, you do? You know what a dark pool? No one here knows? You know what? I'm going to give you my personal email address, okay? And I'm going to give you all a article about payment for order flow, okay? I'll give you my personal email, faustop@ctucorp.com. Okay, you should be able to see it in the chat. Basically, what you're doing is the brokerage firm, you're buying their inventory. They basically have stock and inventory. They're not even buying at the market. They're selling you stuff that they're trying to get rid of. In layman terms, in very simple terms. Now, here you are thinking like, are these brokerage firms really that bad? Are they? It's not that they're bad. What did I tell you earlier? It's nothing personal. It's business. That's all it is. And what is business, everybody? What's the definition of business? Making money. Okay? That's what they're in the business for, making money. Now, let's get to the real meat and potatoes of why we're here. Because sometimes, if you want to see a change for the better, you have to take things in your own hands. Okay? And that is where we come in, ladies and gentlemen, and become our own market maker, our own trader. We can go out there and buy and sell with the right brokerage firm and the right education to have a seat on the floor. We could buy and sell just like them. You know, and that's the beauty about being a trader. You will be able to compete and post orders just like Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Shearson Lehman, Smith Barney, you name it, you can do it now. Now, that is trading 101. And let me tell you, before I was a trader, I was an investor like you. I'm no different than you, ladies and gentlemen. I just have 20 more years experience than you. The thing you have to understand is that when I was originally introduced, when I sat down and I blew up 3 accounts and finally raised the white flag and says, you know what? Obviously, I can't do it myself. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just basically just gambling. And I'm not in the gamble business. I'm in the trading business. So I did exactly what a lot of you guys are doing right now. I went down, well, back then we didn't have the convenience like you guys have today, but like what I did with you guys, I went down there. My father always taught me, and he says, son, if you want to be successful at something, you got to go find the most successful people that do it every day and do everything that you can to learn from that guy, okay? And if you can't learn from him, guess what? Then this is not for you. But the cheapest trade you're going to do is go learn from that person. And that's why I'm ecstatic, and that's why I'm happy about you guys being here. Because you want to learn. I assume you found me from somewhere, if it's from a speaking or watch me from an event. Because Cybertrade University, just to let you know, we don't advertise. Everyone that comes to us is from a referral or a speaking arrangement. That's about it. Now, my goal, what I'm trying to do, is to convince all of you, well, now let's start playing this game the way we should be playing it. Taking matters in our own hands. Now, rule number 2. Thank you very much, Mike and John and Dwayne, just saying that's so true. That's why we're here, right? Let's talk about rule number 2. Learn how to use the trading software. I always find that everyone's so impatient, you know, and remember, this is trading 101. This is not, I'm not even getting into meat and potatoes. Everybody wants to go out there and paper trade. Everybody wants to download everyone's software. Everybody's trying to find a stock that's the crystal ball out there. The crystal ball. I got this new software, the company, they want to charge me, it does it themselves. If it's so great, why are they selling it? You know, and if it's so great, if you knew how to trade, maybe you would understand how that thing works, that you wouldn't even need it. I mean, I've seen products like red light, green light, and all that. I mean, all it is a MACD. All they do is they got colors so you guys come. Do you really need it? Maybe. 9 out of 10, probably, definitely not. But the thing is, you need to learn how to use the software of these trading platforms. Once again, let's get back to the car. You got to learn where the steering wheel is. You got to know what reverse means, park. You don't need to care about how to program stations. You're learning how to drive. So learning how to drive is comparing about using the trading software. Now, you have to understand something. A lot of us here, just to kind of give you a heads up, 90% of what these platforms offer you, you don't even need it. It's overkill. It's just, anyone here confused? Open up a platform and like, my God, are you serious? I mean, whatever happened to the buy and sell? Now they got like time and sales, watch lists, level 2, level 3, percentage gainers, moving averages, seekers, all this crazy stuff, right? Exactly. Do you need that stuff? 90% of it's all garbage. It's just window dressing. You know, it's funny. I love the commercial. You ever guys watch the CNBC? You ever watch Trade Station's commercial on CNBC, and the guy coming out there and he's showing like fireworks, and my thing does this and it does that and does that. And you know what? It's so true. You know, so that's the thing that you have to keep in mind. So understanding using the platform. So what do you need? Okay. Well, I can tell you a lot of you don't even have the things that you really do need. So here's a couple of things that I always, just a basic understanding. First of all, every one of you should be having a level 2 system, which shows you all the market makers. You should be seeing time and sales. You should have something right here. Let me get my, hold on, let me get my crayons. Some of you guys keep along. Okay. You need something that's called Total View, which is called the ECN book. This is where you get to see all the market makers. You need to get a stock. You need a top 20 list, and you need real-time charts. That's it. It's all you need for a basic execution system. You don't need something that's good. And I know some of you here like, oh my God, I got an execution system. I can't even fit it all on one window. I know that. I've been there. I've done that. You don't need all this bells and whistles. All you need is these 5 tools. Now, just out of curiosity, who here has all 5 tools? Level 3, level 2, time and sales, a top 20 list, and real-time charts. Deborah's the only one? Oh, come on. Doug's got it. All right. Daniel doesn't. Few of you don't. Okay. Everything except level 3 you have, Carrie? All right. Alan, I love that. That is a classic, Alan. Alan is saying, I don't even know what half these things are, laughing out loud. What is time and sales? Alan, guess what? You're in the right place. I'm going to get to it, okay? But thanks for sharing that. I couldn't say that. I don't think anyone could say that any better than that. All right. So what is level 2? Let's move on. Everyone's saying neither do I. All right. So let's talk about level 2, and let's kind of get understanding what it is. Basically, who here knows how to read level 2? Anybody here know how to read it? Okay. Let me teach you. A lot of people saying no. Okay. B stands for buyers. S stands for sellers. This is the bid. This is the ask. The bid are the buyers. The ask is the sellers. Now you have 3 columns. 1, 2, and 3. The first column is a 4-letter abbreviation of the brokerage firm's name. The second column is telling you the price, and the third column is telling you how many shares. That's basically how many shares people looking to buy their shares for. On the sell side, 1 is the people selling it, 2 is the price they're looking to sell it for, and 3 is the amount of shares they're looking to sell. Now ask yourself a question. When you trade a stock, when you trade something, do you know who's buying and selling the stock? Do you see the buyers and sellers? How valuable is it to know who the buyers and seeing the buyers and sellers? I mean, how much better, smarter, and more money would you have made if you were able to see who's buying it and who's selling it? A lot of you saying no. I know that. And that's why you're here, to fix this problem. Now, the problem moving forward is that level 2 is obsolete in today's times. Okay? It's obsolete because there's something newer and better that's going to give you more data and more data out there. And we're going to talk about that, which is called high-frequency trades. Does anybody know what high-frequency trading is, level 3? Anybody know what that is? Well, you're in luck because we're going to talk about that at the end of the presentation, all right? So I'm just trying to get you guys excited. We're going to get there. First of all, rule number 3. Rule number 3 is timing during the day. Now, I know this sounds too good to be true, but people say, is it really true that this is an hour-a-day job? No, it's not. It's an hour of a day for trading, but realistically, 90% of your time is going to be spent on education. Like right now, is anybody trading? No, you're watching me educating you. This is education. So, yes, what we do here at Cyber Trading University is we trade stocks that move in the market, that have good volatility. Like, for example, did anyone see the stock UNIS today? Let me just put that in the chat room. UNIS. Did anybody see that? UNIS? Okay, let me just bring it over here. This is what we do here at Cyber Trading University. This is this morning. UNIS at 9:30 this morning. Hopefully everybody can see this. Should be coming up soon. Could everyone see the execution system okay? Yep, okay, good. All right, so here's the stock at 9:30, went from $2.80 all the way in a matter of 30 minutes to about $3.44. All right? Now, anybody here do the math? What is 280 minus 350? Can anybody tell me? About 70 cents. On 1,000 shares, how much money is that? Now, let me just bring in my professional trading room, okay? What you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is this is my professional trading room, which I'm going to invite all of you guys to come to tomorrow, or you could join. And you could see here right around the 9:42 when we started calling it, 9:40. Some of the traders out here you could see. And you could see here is like Reed and Brett and all of them are trading it. You could see us trading UNIS, and you could see me just chatting away on fire, making money with it. And you could see here from the chart, when you look at the times, you know what? At the end of the day, it would have been a nice, profitable day for a stock. Now, let's get back to what the topic was. Trading is a part-time job. A lot of money is made within the first, even 30 minutes of the open. So if you made $700 today, ladies and gentlemen, if you made $700, even if you made half that, let's not even get greedy. Let's say half, which is $350. $350 times 5 days a week times 52 weeks comes out to be $91,000 a year working 30 minutes a day. Anybody want that job? Sounds pretty good to me, right? So anyway, let's put this back and get back to our slide. So how would I have known it jumped in? Carrie, you know what? That is an excellent question, and I'm going to tell you exactly how you could have jumped in at the end of today's presentation, which is going to only be less than about 30 minutes more, okay? Because, yes, that is what all of you want to see, but the thing is, how do you do it? Do you make that every day, Karen? No, not everybody can make that every day because great traders don't win every day. We also lose sometimes, but the thing is, that wasn't the only stock that moved. There was a lot of other ones that we've traded also that had some big moves, which we'll talk about, you know, like the UNIS and the GTAT, and, you know, the list goes on and on and on. Shrewd, stock TRU, Hawk. I mean, GALY. There's a lot of them. We're going to talk about that at the end of the presentation. All right? But I just wanted you guys to understand that trading is not a full-time job. It's a part-time job. Okay? You've probably seen this stock plug before. You know, right here at the open at 9:30, the stock goes from 6:30 to like 690 in like less than 10 minutes. These are the things that we look for in trading. You know, these are the things that what trading's all about. Now, what does plug do? What does GTAT do? What's the why they up? Why they're down so much? Let me ask you something. Do you really care what these companies do, or do you want to make money? Because remember, it's a business. Let's just say you're in the contracting business. You're building houses, okay? And you got to work in the worst neighborhood in town. Listen, money's money. If you're going to pay me to go work there and I'm going to make 5 times the money to do it, don't worry. Business is business, okay? I'm not looking to live there. I'm just looking to work and make money. Exactly, Alan, everybody else. I just want to make money, and that's what it is. And Alan and John and Bill, a lot of you have to understand something, that a lot of you are looking in the wrong place to find stocks. You're not looking and following what we're going to talk about right now, which is called follow the money. Rule number 4, you know, for an introductory. So this was the biggest wake-up call. Everybody ready to get a nice wake-up call? Everybody ready to start learning what's going to separate some of you from being successful, and I hate to say it, be a failure? I'm shooting straight for the hip, okay? I want you guys to know this. And you're going to answer your own question, all right? The question is this. When you trade anything, stocks, Forex, futures, stock options, anything, do you know who's buying the stock and selling it? Do you see 70% of the volume? Just be honest, yes or no. Do you see 70% of the volume? Okay, we're getting a lot of no's. Mary, Juan, Daniel, Doug, all of you are saying no. Doug says actually now he is. Okay, good. Because Doug's a student. Mike is saying no. Everyone heard about the Flash Boys? Remember the whole thing on 60 Minutes on CNBC? They made this big thing about high-frequency trades and everything? Okay. Now, think about this for a second. How much is it worth to you if I was to tell you that you could see 70% of the volume in a stock? Because remember, this hurts Main Street. I mean Wall Street, not Main Street, and we're on Main Street. What is that worth to you? Dwayne says it's worth a lot. Anyone else? John says millions. Okay, well, I'm not going to make you spend millions, all right? Pratish says priceless, a lot. Okay, good. Now, guys, my goal, what I'm trying to do here, is I want you guys to realize the opportunity and the privilege of what the exchanges, the markets gave you, and how you could take advantage of taking matters in your own hands without dealing with employees and taxes and lawyers and public officials. Listen, you are your own boss now. You could do this on your own. You don't have to deal with with rent and landlords and product and chasing people for money. You have you have one of the best jobs staring you in the face, and I know every single one of you want to do this, but the problem is a lot of you don't know how to play the game. And I'm going to tell you right now here at Cybertrade University, I'm going to show you exactly how 70% of the volume you can follow it. Okay, and it's called. And that's true, Deborah. I like that one too. And you have to worry about traffic too. I like that one. I'm gonna throw that one in there. You don't have to worry about traffic. You can sit at home and enjoy it. So, and it's funny. People say, "Oh, that's too good to be true." I know it is, but you know what? I'm gonna show you that it's not. So, anyway, let's get back to where I'm at. What we're looking at right now, right here, this is called a total view. Okay, total view, what we used to call back in the old days, used to be called Instinet. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Instinet. If you read my book, I actually talk about it. I'm going to tell you at the end of the presentation how to get it. So basically what you're seeing is you're seeing all the high-frequency trades. Now, now let me just point this out. I'm going to have a little fun here, okay? Everybody ready to have some fun? Okay. Let me show you how simple it is to trade. B are the buyers, S is the sellers, okay? Now, can anybody tell me, when you look at the buy side, what stands out that you notice that stands out on the bid side? What do you guys notice that kind of sticks out more than anything on the buy side? That's right. There's a buyer of 14,800 shares at 41.35. Okay. Now let's look at the sell side. Let's go back to the buy. Now, what stands out the least? What's the big thing? What's the least thing that stands out that you'll notice on the bid side? What's the least thing that stands out? Yeah, there you go. The 22 shares. Who could influence the price of the stock more? The 22 share guy or the 14,800 share guy? Exactly. It's almost like common sense, right? Okay. So anyway, let me move on because I got a lot to cover. I didn't realize we're running out of time here. I know some of you guys have to go somewhere. How many slides? I'm almost halfway there. Okay, I got to go through these a little bit faster. All right. So anyway, the thing is, what you've just seen is what we call a high-frequency trade. Okay. Basically, what high-frequency trades are, it's not like level 2. Level 2 is only showing you the best buyer and the best seller. Total view is showing you all their bids, all their offers. So now you're making smarter trading decisions by not just having the information, but having the right information. So let's look at an example over here. Okay, here you have a stock where here's resistance, here's support. Now you would see right here that would be your resistance levels, right? But then you wonder, well, most people that use indicators would say, oh, supply, support, resistance, support, resistance. And then you wonder, like, well, why did that stock break a resistance levels? Well, the reason why it broke a resistance levels, because there's a 75,000 share buyer out there. Now ask yourself a question. Do you see the 75,000 share buyers in the stocks that you trade in? Does anyone see those big block orders? Okay, well, light bulb, all right? That is when a light bulb kicked in with me because, like my father told me, he says, son, you want to make a lot of money in a business that you want to enjoy, that you can wake up in the morning and look forward to go to work no matter rain, shine, holiday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something you enjoy. You learn from the best. And when I learned, my mentors, you know, because I live here in New York and I learned from a lot of great traders on Wall Street. When I saw this, I says, now I know why I lose money all the time. Because I'm doing the opposite. I'm doing the opposite of trading. Now, like I told you, ladies and gentlemen, this is trading 101. This is the beginning of making you realize if you want to do this as a career. Now, you have to understand something. These are what we call iceberg orders, okay? It's a little lingo that we kind of made up. You know, I kind of made it up a long time ago, actually. I call it an iceberg order. I've been calling iceberg orders for the past 10 years, I call them. So it's one of my things I call like a market maker hammer or, you know, the axe. So now we call these iceberg orders. So this is basically what you're seeing. David says, do you need both level 2 and total view? David, you do. And that is something that I get more involved in more of my classes because there's something called market maker traps. And if you're interested, I'll give you an article. I've written a big article about it. It was written up in Active Trader magazine. And you do need both, yes. But once again, this is where we're at right here regarding about iceberg orders, okay? So when you're looking at a stock and you're like, well, and you're wondering why the stock hit a resistance levels there, at the $6.70. Well, the reason why it is a 45,000 share seller. So when you're looking at like these buyers at 100, 300, no wonder why these stocks break through supports and resistance levels. Anyone here know how to read a chart? Anybody here know how to read a chart? Okay, that reading a chart was one of the biggest things I got in trouble. Okay, my mentor told me, he says, first of all, why are you reading a chart? The chart is the past. It's not the future. Now I know we all need to use charts for certain reasons, but when he started teaching me how to read charts, he says, listen, 80% of the people who read charts read them backwards. Because we see stocks break supports and resistance levels all the time. But you need to see those big block orders out there. And, when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, if you're not seeing those big block orders, those iceberg orders, you're trading blind. So you're better off giving it to a professional. Okay, now Alan has a good question. Alan's question is, this all makes sense, but how do you know which stocks to analyze to find these big block orders, Alan? Alan, that is an excellent, excellent question, okay? Well, what we do, and I'm going to invite all of you guys to come to tomorrow. Alan, could you come and watch me trade live tomorrow? Will you have time? Who could here watch me trade live? Okay, good. Well, you're going to see somebody, you're going to see me, basically trade from the horse's mouth, which is the lingo that we use. But I'll invite all of you at the end of this presentation to come and join me, and you'll see it in real life. And not only see me do it, but you're going to see the students that I've trained, how I made them so successful, how to do it. Okay? So I'll show you how to shop through the stocks tomorrow, which ones to find, and how to pick those things you're asking, Alan. So when it comes to trading, ladies and gentlemen, you need to know how to play the game, okay? And I know a lot of people here go out there and they look at support and resistance levels, they look at the chart, but they don't realize that what makes support and resistance levels on the chart is buyers and sellers. And if those buyers and sellers are not there, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're looking at a stock like this, and you're like, oh, that's support, that's support, that's support. That's resistance. That's resistance. Well, when you have a resistance, that makes sense when you got a 10,000 share buyer. But when this is the past and this is the present and you don't have a 10,000 share buyer out there, guess what? That stock is going to go down, ladies and gentlemen, and it can go down pretty far. So trading 101, what we're covering here is you need to know how to follow the money. Now, I know one of you guys just asked me earlier, says, Fausto, what is time and sales? Now, well, time and sales is basically by seeing these orders, because, here's another person. Mike is just saying, this is a classic thing he just asked me. Somebody told me those are fake orders, okay? And how do you know if they're real? Well, that's a great question. I don't think a brokerage firm will allow you to put fake orders, will they? Could you go to a brokerage firm and put an order for 50,000 shares without no money in there? So I don't think you could do that, right? So, which leads to say they're real orders, all right? Now, how do you know if those orders are getting executed? Well, the time and sales are the confirmation of that trade. That's what those are. Grant is just basically chat. Please don't miss this one. Thank you very much, Grant. And by the way, nobody can see anyone's chat, but when you log in tomorrow, you'll be able to see it in there. I only have an account. I can't. Lewis, that's a great question, and the best thing I would recommend you to do is call the office at Cybertree University, talk to an education advisor, and they'll explain that a little bit more in detail. Denzel has a great question. He goes, how do you know which brokerage firm is the Axe broker? Once again, it looks like a light bulb is kicking in your head too, so you're going to have to wait till tomorrow to learn more about it. All right, so listen, we're running out of time here. I want to kind of go through a couple of things. Rule number 5 is you need to learn from a mentor. All right. Now, you might not like the way I look. You might not like the way I talk. You might not like, the way I act. But one thing you have to understand is you have to respect the mentor, because it is very, very expensive to go out there and try to do it on your own. It is very expensive to have a lot of losses and not be able to learn from those losses. Great entrepreneurs, okay, learn from making mistakes. And everybody here that's looking to trade the market is an entrepreneur. The entrepreneurs of the United States, of this world, okay, they're the ones that figured out the problems that we have every day. And the people who founded the internet and Facebook and technology with software and allowing you to do this, these are the entrepreneurs, and you guys are going to capitalize on it. But to do that, you need a mentor. You need someone that's going to show you how to do it. So how do you do it? You need to learn. Now, how are we going to learn? Well, now let me tell you guys how you're going to register for some of the things that we're going to offer you. First of all, you can follow us on Twitter. We do daily picks of stocks that we traded. You can see what's going on. And actually, you can go to YouTube, and you can look up all our courses that we've trained. If you guys want to, what I recommend you to do is go to look up Cyber Group, and we post. Oh, everybody can see that. Go to do Cyber Group, and let me see. Yeah. All right. Go to Cyber Group, and if you do a search on YouTube, you could watch some of the videos that we do every morning and afternoon in our trading room to kind of get a sense of stocks that we've traded. All right, and basically that's our Twitter handle, Cyber Trading U. You can follow us on there also. Actually, I got to change this. Our followings have been a lot higher. You can also follow us on Facebook too. Got like over 6,000 followers on Facebook now. All right, and what you're basically going to see is you're going to see a lot of stocks that we traded. Listen, I want you to go back, backtrack, see what we've done, what had worked out in the past. Listen, everybody here wants to learn how to trade, but you need to find to see if the person that's going to mentor you is your kind of a style that you're going to trade. If anybody here wants the article on dark pools, just don't forget to send me an email at faustop@ctucorp.com. There's a lot of questions coming across. Lewis and David and Alan, give me a second. I'll get to it in a second, okay? Because I know that we're running a little behind. I know people have somewhere else to go, and I don't want to go over my 1 hour that I promised a lot of you. All right, so know what your profit goals are. Daily, monthly, be realistic. This is what I kind of mentor and I try to teach people what to do. You trade 1,000 shares, make 50 cents, or you do 2 trades a day, make 25 cents. The goal is to make about $500 a day. $500 a day over the course of the year is about $120,000. It's not hard to do, okay? Like I told you, look up a stock symbol that this one right here. I don't know if I can show you this to you right here. GTAT. I don't know if everybody could see this. GTAT. Here's the stock that we traded yesterday and traded today. And, here's a stock went from 90 cents to $1.90. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. So even here in the morning, you'll see in our Twitter handle, we traded the stock early this morning. Even if you bought it at 9:30, and you paid $1 and you sold it at $1.20, it's a 20% move. You bought 5,000 shares of that, guess what? You made $1,000 at a $5,000 investment. Every single one of you can afford to trade these stocks. Actually, I definitely like to trade less expensive stocks because I'm dealing with less experienced traders. That's the goal, which makes it easier to trade. I get to see more high-frequency trades, and it's a lot of fun. Now, like I told everyone, this is the best job in the world because you could take the day off and do whatever you want. You could spend more time with your friends. You could spend more time with your family. You could always do those things you always wanted to do without getting tied down working 8 to 10 hours. A lot of you here I know are on Social Security, and it's obviously not paying enough. And you don't want to you want to do something. You can't go back to work. You know, volunteering doesn't pay very well. Some of you here are giving you money in mutual fund. All they're doing is, what are they going to give you, 5, 10%? They're doing exactly what I'm teaching you. You could do this a day. You're going to pay. You can eat it in a year. Enjoy yourself. That's where trading comes about. Now, Cyber Trading University does education for more brokerage firms than any school in the industry. Maybe you do business with them some right now. Thinkorswim, TD, Ninja, the Trade Monster, Lightspeed, FXCM, just to name a few. We do education for all these brokerage firms. Why? They want you to get educated because they know what we teach works. Now, how could you start learning today to make money? Well, I got 2 great offers for everybody. These are my offers. My offers are this. For $49, okay, my book retails for $60. You're going to get a discount on it of $49, okay? And I'm going to invite all of you to have access 2 weeks in my trading room, which is almost 100 hours of education. 100 hours, because you're going to be in there trading with our traders for $49. So now you're going to have a manual, which is the book, and you're going to be in the trading room. Now, let's just say, Fausto, I'm not ready to spend $50. I'm not convinced. Let me just see what you have to offer. No problem, okay? I'm going to give everybody a 1-day free pass to just watch. You will not be able to talk. You won't be able to chat. You won't be able to ask questions. You won't be able to talk. You'll be able to watch for the first 2 hours of the open, okay? That's what you're going to get. Now, if you want to be able part of the team, buy the book. If you don't want to be part of the team, you just want to watch what happens in the morning and see what we do, then register for the free one. So this is what you need to do. If anybody wants to buy the book or anything, it's whatchamacallit, 877-70-CYBER. You can register. But the best thing to do, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to do is just go right to the homepage of the website. Let me just bring it for you, okay? There we go. All right, right here, right in the middle of our website. Free day trading room pass right there. Just click on this link, and you will be able to get registered. I'll put the link in here for you. And you'll be able to get the 1-day free pass. But if you want to join me and get the book and everything and get a promo, click this link right here, ladies and gentlemen, and I will send you a signed autographed copy by me, and it'll be a manual of exactly what you can get, and you're going to get over 80 hours of the trading room for 2 full weeks. Now, a couple of questions coming across here. Which brokerage firm do we use? Daniel, listen, I told you, don't worry about a brokerage firm account. If you listen from the first thing I said in here, that's the least of your problems. First, you got to learn before you open up a brokerage account. And everyone here is a case-by-case basis. Keith, will I get an invite? Can we join tomorrow? Yes, Alan. This is exactly what you need to do. You need to register right here. I thought this, let me see. Is tomorrow's live class free, or is there a fee? No, Louis, you could join for free just for the first morning hours, okay? Or you could join 2 weeks of that trading room for $49 with the book. David says, what do you think of Thinkorswim? They gave that we give you a platform. I asked one of the people there in Ameritrade, and the combined level 2 and total view. Is that correct? David, it is and it isn't. They do things a little bit different there. It's a great platform, and we do a lot of education for Thinkorswim. And you just need to know how to customize that platform a little bit better. Can we put this off until November? I have a contract job in the last 2 weeks of October. Mike, you know what? If you buy the product now and you want to put it off, just talk to the education advisor, and they'll take care of that for you. David, you ordered the book. You didn't get it yet? Listen, Dave, call the office immediately, okay, and find out what happened with your shipping. They'll get it to you. All right, that's the first time I ever heard of that. Carrie, already registered? Well, look forward to seeing you there tomorrow, Carrie. Alan, yes, eSignal is a good platform, and they do have Total View. If you let them know you're one of our students, they'll even give you a little customized page of a layout of it. Earl, well, your 2 weeks will start tomorrow morning, Earl. What's the sense of putting on hold? You're at the busiest, best time in the market to learn, so do it now. What time will it start, Peter? Well, when the U.S. market opens up. So over here opens up at 9:30. We start at 9 a.m. We tell everyone to log in at 8:30 Eastern Time, which I think is about 12:30 your time, if I'm correct. Jams says, how much is it to continue Cyber Group after 2 weeks? If you want to continue, it's $300 a month, which we will not charge you. We will not bill you, nothing. All right? You got 2 weeks in there. You think it's worth it? Great. If you don't, no problem. Will you be actually suggesting stocks in tomorrow? Yes, Alan, I will. That's the thing about it, but and that's what the trading room is all about. We're working together like a team with my traders, my students, and then hopefully you guys will learn a little bit from it to do the same. Now, if anybody registers today only, just for today, all right, if you join me right now for the room, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a free Cyber Clock mouse pad, which is our #1 bestseller, okay? So if you register today and get the book, I'm going to give you a mouse pad that will save you thousands of dollars, our most popular item that we sell. We sell out all the time. So anyone here that does register right now for the 2-week free trial with the book, I'm going to throw in a mouse pad on top of it, all right? Just make sure, but that's only for today only. People love it. We sell out. Like I said, it tells you when to trade, when not to trade. It's so accurate, you'd be shocked. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, just 1 or 2 last-minute questions before we go, because I have to get ready for another class that starts in about a minute or so here at Cyber University. We have what's called Traders Talk, and our speakers got to get ready for it. John, just call in and they'll take care of that for you. Talk to one of the education advisors and they'll make sure you get the book and the mouse pad and get registered for it. So, and you'll be fine. Lynn, call the office and talk to an education advisor. They'll take care of that for you, okay? You want to make sure you get everything that you're looking for. All right. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing all of you guys tomorrow. And by the way, if you can't make it tomorrow, it will be recorded. So you can get to review it, listen to it again, and catch up. But you got to register for it to get the recording. So I know some of you probably didn't expect to be here for 2 days, but tomorrow is the most exciting part of it because I'm going to take everything that I talked about and put it to the test. So you could see if this is all makes perfect sense, and most importantly, if this is something you want to do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, and have a profitable day.